Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I am going to show you how to make this absolutely beautiful baby blanket. Now you can make these any size you like, any size, it's up to you. Now for this lemon and white one I used chenille and I just used this one. There's a shop in the UK called Aldi's and it's absolutely amazing. Now this lemon is absolutely fantastic. It is so soft. Now I'm going to show you in this peach colour because I think the peach will stand up a little better to showing you than the chenille, because the stitches on the chenille are a little harder to see on camera, but this is the same pattern as that. All I've done is I've done 2 rows in lemon, then 2 in white, 2 lemon, 2 white, 2 lemon, 2 white. Now the pattern is called, I'm sure it's called a deep bridge, but I actually ended up just calling it a tyre track blanket because I think it looks like the tyre tracks that are the tread that's left in the snow when the big tyres have been on it. But it is done with a half treble. That's a half double crochet in America and other countries, and in the UK it's a half treble stitch. It is so easy. It's done with a big hook if you're doing it with chunky wool. It is the fastest blanket I've ever crocheted. I have been crocheting for a few months now, and this is the fastest thing that I've ever made, and it's fantastic. You can make one of these even in an afternoon, and it just crochets up so fast. I did add a little fringe to it as well. Now you don't need to use chunky yarn. The stuff I've got would be classed as super chunky, but look at this. This is the same stitch done in double knitting. I'm going to hold it up a little bit. It's really light. It'll take you longer to do it because it's a smaller hook, obviously, but it's the same stitch. And look at that, it's really pretty. It can go either side. You can have it that side or that side. It's up to you. Now I think this is an absolutely beautiful stitch, and this camera doesn't even really do it justice. It's really pretty, and the way you do it, you're left with a ridge in it, and it's really simple to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So for this blanket I'm using this peach. It's a high field super bonus, super chunky. Now you can do your blanket in anything you actually want, anything. Just go by your label and it'll tell you either what hook to use, or if you're knitting it tells you what knitting needles to use as well. So it's telling me to use a size 10mm. In the USA it's got, I think it's an I5, and the old measurement in the UK is a 000. We've gone metric now. That's why most of our hooks these days are in millimeters. So this is a 10mm hook. It's an aluminium hook. Now this blanket you only need to be able to do a chain stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do a half treble crochet stitch. In USA and other countries it's called a half double crochet stitch. Now I'm going to just make myself a slip knot. You just make your slip knot whatever way it is that you do it, and put it on my hook. Now I'm only going to do about 20 stitches. I've already got my blanket made, so I'm going to show you how to do it. You put on as many stitches as you need for the length of your blanket. There's no specific amount of stitches for this, none at all. So if you're going to do a great big blanket, obviously you'll do a lot of stitches. Your width of your blanket is made up by the rows. Your blanket is actually done this way, it's done lengthways, it's not done up and down that way, it's done this way. That's why you need your blanket, the chain, your foundation chain, to be the length that you want your blanket to finish at. So put your slip stitch on, and I'm going to crochet 20 chain stitches. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So you just put your yarn over and bring it through your first stitch, yarn over, bring it through your next stitch. Just do the amount that you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your stitches quite large. If you do it too tight, your edge of your blanket will go like this, and you want it to be nice and straight. So do your chain quite large. Do it nice and loose, so that when we put our stitches on, our treble crochets, that it's not going to be too tight. So I'm just going to do some stitches just for a sample, because I've already got my blankets made, as you've seen. Now what we're going to do now is, once you've got, you can pause the tutorial until you get the amount on the chain that you want. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work into the second stitch on our chain. We're going to go into this stitch. Don't count that stitch there. You're going to count these little V's on your chain. So 1, 2, we're going to go into the second chain. So put your yarn over your hook and just go into your chain. Pull your yarn through, you've got 3 stitches. Now what to do now, yarn over and bring it through all 3, just wriggle it through the 3 of those stitches, and that's you done your first half treble or your half double crochet. So yarn over into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over and pull it through those 3 stitches. That's it. That's all you have to do all the way to the end of your chain. Yarn over, through your next chain space, pull it through, yarn over and through all 3 stitches. Now if you hear a strange little sort of clicking noise in the background, it's actually Muttley. He's running around and playing with his toys. So yarn over, through the next stitch, pull it through 3 stitches, you yarn over again and bring your hook through the 3 stitches. Yarn over, through my hook, through like that, and then yarn over and through your 3 stitches. Now I'm going to do that all the way to the end of my chain. So I'm nearly at the end of my chain. Don't worry about these holes that you can see here. That'll all go in. Just give it a little stretch out. It is quite a stretchy stitch, this as well. Now through my last 2 stitches, through the last one, and pull through. Now that's your first row done, that's your foundation row done. What we're going to do now is chain 2. At the end, always chain 2. 1, 2. Now turn your work. I'm going to show you something. When I did my first blanket, I got very confused and I didn't do it properly at all. Can you see this where it looks like your chain? It almost looks like this is the top of your work. It's not. You need to turn your work up like this. Now can you see the same sort of chain there? This is what we're going to be working on this. Not this side part. This part becomes this ridge, the deep ridge. This becomes this part. We have to work on the top of our work. If you do your blanket and it doesn't look quite right, it may be because you're picking up these stitches rather than this one here. So we're going to be working into the back loop of the stitch of the row that you've just done. So remember, give it a little turn it up so you can see all the back loops of the row that we've just done here. This is what we're going to be going into, just that one single back loop. Now I will repeat myself later because you really have to make sure you turn it to the top of your work. So we've done our 2, that becomes your first stitch. So we're going to go yarn over and we're going to go into the back of this stitch here. We're going to pick up this loop, that loop there, put your yarn over, bring it through and finish off your double treble and bring it through there, or I should say your half treble. I'm getting my doubles and my trebles mixed up. Now remember, we're going through this back loop here, always this back loop, not that one. Don't get it confused with that one there on that pattern part. So yarn over and go through your back loop, pull your yarn through 3 stitches and bring it through, yarn over through the back loop and finish off your half treble. And that is it. That is all you do. Now 2 rows completes the pattern sequence. If you can see here, it takes 2 rows to show this ridge up. You've got your base chain, a row here, that's a row, and there. So this is your pattern, is this part and this part, this part and that part. So 2 rows makes up like your little ridge, and you can see it there. Yarn over through the back loop and pull it through all the way to the end. That's all you do. Now if you do a mistake and you start picking that one up, I'm going to show you the difference. Don't do this. This is not the one that you have to pick up, because if you see this and you think, oh, that's it, and you pick that one, I'm going to show you, it's not the right. You can see that it doesn't look right. There's no defined chain there. That's what happens when you pick up the wrong one. So make sure you give it a twist. Just give it a little turn so you can see the top of your work and bring it through, yarn over and through. All the way to the end, all the way to your last stitch. Now I'm nearly at the end of my row. Now when you get to the end, to keep a nice straight edge, can you see the V shape here? Pick up both parts of that stitch. That's the top of your 2 chain that you did. If you pick up both of those parts of that stitch, oops, I didn't do my yarn over. So pick up both parts of your V, and that will keep the edge of your blanket nice and straight. So that's how easy this stitch is. You just do 2 more chain, turn your work, remember and give it a little tilt so you can see the top of your last row. Yarn over, and we're going to go in to our first stitch. This 2 chain becomes one of your stitches. So through the back loop and work your way along to your other end. As long as you pick up that back loop here from the top and not from there, not there, you'll get it right. And it's really, really easy. So just remember when you do your last one to pick up the back and the front loops, and it will keep your blanket edge nice and straight. Wriggle that through. And that's what you get. It's a wonder. I love it. It's really easy. It's really easy for a beginner. And you can make a whole load of stuff. Show you how to put the fringe on. I'm going to take 1 or 2 of these out, give it a good pull. So all I did was along the edge, I just put my hook through. I've got little lengths cut, about 6-inch lengths, fold it in half, put it over your hook and pull it through your loop, over your hook and pull it right through, and pull both ends to tighten that knot in, and that will go back into there, into place. So just push your hook through. Put your piece of fringing on, over your hook, pull it through, and then tighten both those ends. That'll tighten that into a really good knot. And that's how I did the fringe. It's really, really easy. This would be absolutely amazing, done in a big size for a bigger bed. You can do these for whatever size that you want. It's a fantastic stitch. It's super, super easy to do, and it's great for a beginner, and it's also brilliant for, if you're an accomplished person who does crochet, then if you've been crocheting for years, you probably already know about this little stitch anyway, and this little sort of pattern that you get from it. And it's so simple. Chain stitch, half double crochet or your half treble crochet, whatever country you're in, and crochet into the back loop of your top chain, and that's it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please click that subscribe button. Also click on the little bell icon that you can see, and you will be notified when I post another tutorial. Now I'm going to stick to sort of like beginner, really simple stitches, but making some really pretty amazing things with these simple stitches. To show you this is my beautiful little beach bag. I made this beach bag with that same stitch. Now I didn't do it onto the back loop, I just did a half treble crochet on this, and I've made myself out of my head this beautiful little beach bag, and I've sewed the handle on. It's got some sort of fakey buttons on it, and it's absolutely amazing, and it's the same stitch. Now this is going to be my next tutorial, so get subscribing and get clicking on that notification button so you can be notified when I post the video for how to do my simple little beach bag. It's a brilliant little bag. It can be an anything bag. It doesn't need to be a beach bag. It can be an anything bag. You can use it for shopping. You can put your knitting, your yarn, anything into it, and it's so simple. It's really easy as well. And it's nice and thick and nice and sturdy as well. So join me for that. So all it leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching. Please join me for my next tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.